Have you ever wondered why some women can walk into a room and, without saying a word, capture a man's full attention, while others try everything? They dress to impress, text back fast, say all the right things, and still get ghosted. Why is that? Why does a man truly fall for one woman and ignore all the rest? Is it looks, sex, confidence, chemistry? I'll tell you right now, it's not what you think. In fact, most women are chasing the wrong things, while the one woman he chooses is doing something completely different. And in this video, I'm going to reveal exactly what that something is. It's not about being perfect. It's not about being available. It's not about being the hottest woman in the room. It's about something deeper, something psychological. And once you understand this secret, you'll realize why he can't forget her, even if he wanted to. Let's dive in. What it's not. Let's start here. What doesn't make a man fall in love and commit deeply? Because this is where most women get stuck. It's not looks. Yes, beauty might get his attention, but attention isn't the same as affection. A man can be visually attracted to dozens of women a day, but how many of those women reach his soul? Think of all the couples you know where the man is with someone others might not consider the most conventionally attractive, but to him, she's stunning, she's his. Because beauty gets boring, but energy leaves a mark. It's not sex, let's get real. A man can sleep with someone and forget her name by morning. Sex can be emotional, or it can just be a release. When a man is in love, sex becomes something else entirely. It's not about the act, it's about the connection behind the act. So no, sex doesn't make him fall, at least not lastingly. It's not how nice or easygoing you are. A lot of women believe if I show him how loving, loyal, and available I am, he'll choose me. And while those traits are beautiful, they don't differentiate you. They don't create that emotional spike that makes a man feel, I'd be a fool to lose this woman. Why? Because when it's too easy, it's not valued. When it's too predictable, it's not exciting. So being endlessly available, always agreeing, always texting back instantly, that doesn't make him fall, it makes him comfortable. And comfort rarely turns into obsession. But there's always one woman who doesn't try too hard, who doesn't chase, who doesn't contort herself to please him. She might not fit his type, she might challenge him, she might even walk away when her standards aren't met, but somehow she's unforgettable. Other women made him feel admired, but she made him feel something else. Something rare, something raw, something real. So what is it? What makes a man fall for that one woman and ignore all the rest? We're getting there. But before I reveal it, you need to understand this: why most men stay emotionally detached. Most men aren't emotionally unavailable. They're emotionally unawakened. They go through relationship after relationship feeling like something's missing, but they can't put their finger on it until one day it clicks. He meets her. And suddenly it's not about looks, it's not about sex, it's about how he feels about himself when he's with her. The psychological trigger that changes everything. I want you to imagine this: a man who's dated tens, a man who's had women chase him, adore him, praise him, but then he meets one who doesn't just boost his ego. She makes him see himself differently. With her, he doesn't feel like a prize. He feels like a protector, a leader, a man on a mission. She inspires him, not with flattery, but with respect. She doesn't say, "You're amazing." She looks at him like, "I believe in the man you're becoming." Do you feel the difference? She pulls it out of him. That's the woman who changes everything. That's the woman he doesn't just want. That's the woman he needs. She made me want to become a better man. What he says, when he's truly in love. So, what is it? What is the one thing that makes a man fall deeply, emotionally, and permanently in love with one woman and ignore the rest? It's not chemistry, it's not compatibility, it's not convenience, it's how he sees himself through her eyes. More specifically, a man falls for the woman who activates his deepest potential. Let that sink in. She's his emotional mirror. You see, every man has two versions of himself inside. The average man, who stays comfortable, avoids risk, and plays small. And the hero version, the man who leads, protects, builds, and lives with purpose. Most women interact with the average version. They cater to him. They don't challenge him. They validate him, yes, but they don't inspire him. But then, one woman comes along. She doesn't flatter him aimlessly. She doesn't chase him endlessly. Instead, she sees the best in him and reflects it back to him. And that reflection, that changes everything. The power of selective affection. Here's the key: she's kind, but she's not soft. She's warm, but not easy to impress. She's open, but only to the man who earns her trust. And in doing that, she activates a switch in his brain that says, I want to be the man she believes I can be. This is not manipulation, this is magnetism. Because when a woman has standards and believes in the best version of a man without settling for less, he feels compelled to rise. He doesn't just want to date her, he wants to deserve her. Example, the queen energy. Think of it like this: when a man meets a woman who acts like a queen, she doesn't need to scream for attention. She already knows her value. She's not looking to be chosen. She's looking to see if he's worthy of choosing her. And guess what? Men respect that energy because deep down, men don't want someone who just fits into their life. They want someone who upgrades their life. Someone who's not afraid to say, that doesn't meet my standards. I respect myself too much for that. I want a man who shows up, not just talks big. That energy, it separates her from the crowd. So what can you do? Here's how to embody that one thing that makes him crave only you. 1. Believe in his potential, not his excuses. If a man has a vision, a dream, a goal, encourage him. But if he's making excuses, being inconsistent, or not respecting your time, don't enable that. He'll feel the difference. And the man who's ready, he'll rise. 2. Don't overgive emotionally too soon. Men value what they earn. Instead of pouring your heart out in the early stages, let emotional depth develop over time. Make your heart feel like a journey, not a giveaway. 3. Be mysterious, but meaningful. You don't need to be fake or play games. But don't give away your whole story, your whole life, or your full emotional availability in the first few dates. Mystery is magnetic, and meaning keeps him hooked. Or hold standards that inspire. A woman with standards doesn't scare away a real man, she attracts him. The right man will see your boundaries as a challenge, not a burden. What he says behind closed doors. Ask any man who's deeply in love, the kind of love that turns a bachelor into a life partner. He'll tell you, she didn't chase me, she challenged me. She didn't try to fix me, she believed in me. She made me want to be better, not for her, but for us. That's the kind of love that lasts. That's what makes him ignore everyone else. Final thought, be the emotional compass. If you remember nothing else, remember this: men don't just fall in love with how you look, they fall in love with how they feel about themselves when they're around you. Be the woman who awakens his higher self, not with pressure, not with games, but with presence, with purpose, with self-respect. When you do that, you won't have to chase love, you'll attract it. And he won't just want you, he'll choose you again and again. If this video hit home for you, don't just stop here. Subscribe now and hit the bell. Thanks for watching.